My name is Drew Johnson. This is the Santiam Dairy, and we are located in Turner, Oregon, in the middle of the Willamette Valley. We milk roughly 700 cows here. The dairy was started by my wife's family in the 1960s. I myself did not grow up on a dairy, but I grew up in Tillamook, Oregon, which is a big dairy region in Oregon. So I ended up working on dairies all through high school and college. My wife and I came back to the dairy about 10 years ago. Prior to that, she was a microbiologist for a creamery, and I was a milk inspector for the state of Oregon. Milk quality is a big thing with us. We've won milk quality awards from our co-op several times. We focus on that, of course, reproduction, calf care, all the things that go into being a good dairy farmer is what we look at. We started with Metri, because our uteruses weren't cleaning out good, so we wanted to try something new. And then the Metri worked pretty good. We saw a lot less metritis and things like that. We went to boosters just for cows that were off feed. Had pretty good luck with that. Then we went to the full fresh cow program with AHV, which is Milk Start Paste, and that was a game changer. Milk Start Paste and Metri really helped with our fresh cow transition program. And then we started using the quicks, the extras, not necessarily for we would use it for mastitis, but also other cows kind of sick, kind of off feed, not looking right. We use that in a drench, and we've been very happy with that protocol and just general. You know, sometimes you have a cow and you don't even know why she's really sick, and if you can get a drench in them and Aspi and some stuff like quick, she's going to come around. It boosts her immunity, and she'll just come back naturally. And I wonder sometimes, because we have the cow manager system, we just catch them just in enough time that by getting those products into them that they'll snap on us. And then the most recent product that we've started using the dry cow, StopLac. That's been really good. StopLac, we've noticed the cows are a lot calmer. The somatic cell is the same, if not a little bit lower compared to the control group. It's better for the cow, and it's like I said, it seems to be helping udder health, but I'll tell you the main reason I like StopLac. I think it's a lot safer for people to not be crawling around cows, infusing them with medicines. And I'm not a huge fan of that system anyway. We're just blatantly giving antibiotics to cows. I think if we can get the cow to more naturally shut down, that's better for everyone. But the safety factor is huge. You're not getting kicked at. I used to hate drying cows up. It was literally one of the worst. I didn't enjoy it at all. Now I like it. There's not this rush to get them out of the parlor, because we milk 22 hours a day here. So now we milk the cows, take them into the pen, we lock them up. We just go through, we're relaxed, we're able to give them the boluses, give them their vaccinations, worm them, get a good look at the cow, maybe cut off a foot wrap. But all the stress of getting them bred, getting kicked at, all that, it's just gone. So it's less stress for the cows and less stress for me. So StopLac costs the same as antibiotic tubes and a teat sealer. The cost was never really an issue. The cows they just dry off. It's so much nicer. They're not screaming and yelling. And I'll tell you the other thing. A cow calves early, and then somehow she gets into the line. Somebody doesn't write it down. That buys a lot of StopLac when a tank of milk goes down. I mentioned earlier I was a milk inspector for 6 years. Almost all the tanks we had dumped were dry cow tubes, honestly. Cow calved early, guy forgot about it or something like that, or they jumped out. I mean, not all of them, but that's a significant amount of the antibiotic residues. So you have that peace of mind. And then the other thing too, like I mentioned, it's safer. If someone gets hurt in the parlor, is that worth it? Oh, there's definitely less milk. We did it selectively before, but we saw such better results with it. We do it on our cows. The metritis, the deduction in metritis is one of these protocols is huge. If I put a cow on antibiotics for metritis, that's a very rare thing. If I treat one even with AHV for metritis, having a clinical metritis has gone to almost nothing. I mean, it happens, but usually it's terrible calving or something like that. We'll probably have one a week, and now that's gone to nothing. It's cleaning them out. We're getting cows bred a little quicker. We saw a bump in conception rate. Services for conception, I think we went down just a few decimal points, but it helped. A few months ago, we actually had a cow that had a terrible calving. We pulled it out, and our AHV rep happened to be here, so we got to see it. what we do. We were boostering and all that. And I told him, I said, it's not just because you're here. This is how we do that. But she snapped back. We didn't have any problems with her. So, yeah, booster works good for off-feed cows. Just they're had a rough calving. Because, I mean, well, let's think the dry cow tubes right there. What would that be? We used a fair amount of mastitis tubes before. We don't really do that as much. With AHV, you're building the cow's immunity. I think that's important. If she's off-feed and sluggish, then, drench her, get some Aspi in her, that kind of thing. It's great because it lasts so long. That's nice, because getting cows locked up can be kind of a pain. You can get by giving 1-2 Aspi a day if she's sick. Whereas with aspirin, you got to give it 3 or 4 times. Any kind of swelling, inflammation, mastitis, that helps with that. That's one of the things I really like about AHV is the resources. I mean, we've had 2 AHV veterinarians come out here, and I mean, we're a 600 cow dairy. We're not a huge customer, but it doesn't matter. They'll call them one of their vets if you ask. I mean, that's not a question. We've had them come out and look at stuff. We've had special things that they've helped us with. If you tell them your goals, they'll cater the protocols to you. I like that. Yeah, the service is great. They really do want to see you be successful.